Welcome, everybody, back to another exciting show of the About That Wallet podcast, where we help you build strong financial habits so that you can be successful in all that you do, whether it's spending money, whether it's saving money, whether it's just throwing money in the air in the club and then you gotta hurry and pick it back up because you gotta put that back in the bank. But today, we got a special guest named by Santiago, who is all about just all gas and no brakes. So let's go on and get to it. I gotta get paid, so we gotta do our little intro. See you guys in a bit. All right, here we go. Once I find it, I always have this.
You're listening to the About That Wallet podcast. We'll be right back after these messages.
Low credit score dragging you down? Score Boost by Smart Credit helps you maximize your score by showing you exactly how much you need to pay off and by which date to gain the most points. Pay less and gain the most points the fastest. And you can start just for $1. Click the link in the bio. Save thousands. Don't wait.
Even the best and the brightest this world has to offer have coaches and mentors. Build strong money-making behaviors by applying financial concepts and strategies with Anthony Weaver on the About That Wallet Show. It's time to get off the bench and get in the game. Now, here's your host, Anthony Weaver.
What up, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful time. Gotta welcome to the stage, man. How you doing today, Santiago?
I'm fantastic, brother. How you been?
Doing good, man. First of all, I love the merch, by the way.
Yeah. All gas, no brakes, baby. You know how it is.
Yeah. So got a couple people in. Gotta say hi to the folks. Gotta make sure we give shout outs. So we got Mr. Builder. Thank you for coming on through, coming over from Charlene. I was just live on Charlene's platform for coming on over. So thank you, Charlene, for coming through. For sharing with your audience and everything like that. Get them going. Cool. So, man, it's been a while. So, we've been bumping into each other since the beginning of this year.
Since LA.
Yeah. So what you been up to since LA then?
Man, I've been on the grizzy. I've been on my grind. I brought a third child into this world. So number one, I praise the big man above and my beautiful wife for that. And then on the business tip, I have been, I seeked out a YouTube coach, which is a good pair of mine, good friend. I call him a friend, who has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And he started a class on how to get monetized on YouTube. And I've done that recently. And I've got to monetization in less than 30 days with his coaching. Yeah.
Oh man,
so
what's a big tip? The biggest takeaway that's been helpful for you in your audience?
For what? For monetization, getting set?
I got you there.
The biggest takeaway is consistency. Is super duper consistency. People think once a day. No, 3-4 times a day. At
like
minimum.
Shorts or just like full videos?
Long form. And I got no guys that do from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. It's just 4 a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that crazy?
Yeah. Crazy. Like full time. Who got that kind of time?
I know people that do, and they're bringing in 20,000 a month. And then some. I'm telling you, that's pennies. I'm the guy. The smallest amount is like 10K.
Well, first off, obviously, congrats again, because you're gonna need that money for that new baby.
Oh man, yes I am, because I'm all about private school. So yes.
Okay. And this, you said it's your third child, so Dylan, we are about that money. That's what we talked about. We're about that wallet. What is it that has been the most impactful bringing in a child into the world and your views of money?
Oh man, it wakes up a whole new thought about money and what money should be doing, and how little of it I have. When I start paying for things, right. I mean, if you want to have a kid, you're in the DMV, a kid in a good school, I said a private school, but I'm also like, okay, top tier, private schools. Daycare has those them same statuses. And you're looking at no less than $2,500 a month per child.
And you come up on number 3.
I'm on 3.
Maybe we gotta get you that YouTube money.
That's why I joined the class. I've been doing my effort. I'm not at 3 to 4, but I am. This month I will be.
Nice.
And yeah. It's been going crazy.
Yeah. So when it comes to where you're like investing and everything like that, or you're investing now, or how's that?
I was already investing, but like I do the stocks and I play with the apps and everything. And I sometimes I go, I don't know, I'll put some money in there, but not like I should be. I've been in corporate America most of my life, 401k, you know how we do there. Wasn't really taught finances from the family. I learned finances and how to invest in real estate by reading books. I bought my first property when I was 20.
Congrats.
So, yeah, in the early 2000s. So yeah, the mortgages that I have, But anyway, I did that because I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That book changed my life. One of my close friends gave me that book, and I knew I had to buy something. I'm like, okay, this dude is the poor dad and he's rich by buying stuff. I got to buy something, put it in my name. Yeah. Then eventually I got into understanding LLCs and all that stuff. But me reading those books got me into college, made me get a business degree. I went to business school and all that good stuff because
good.
And I don't come from a financially, savvy family, They left money, and I'm proud of them for being able to leave money when they did pass away, and it helped. But it was all just hard work, blue collar.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and that's one of the things that I never turn down. But like I don't turn my nose up to a job, because even at my work, every time I always make sure that I say hi to every person that's either sweeping the floor, taking the trash out. I get to know them first before I even know my whole team. Like they're the ones that are keeping the building, keeping the people up, excited to actually come to work. Because if the floors are dirty, if the desk dirty, you're gonna hear about it. Be like,
my favorite is security.
Oh, physical security, like security guys?
Downstairs. Yeah, they know everything. They be having all the fun stories. They be always mad hood, so I love it.
Yeah, that is true. And then plus on top of that, they'll tell you like some good stuff, who to watch out for. But like, this person
Keep
dirty.
On point.
Like,
yes.
Yeah. They got some story. That's how I learned how to get into options. It's because one of the security guards. I used to sit there, wait for the train. When I was catching the metro in DC, just talking to the security guard outside. He just standing there. He was like, bro, I'm just sitting here to wait for my retirement. He got the comfortable shoes on, got the little mat outside, so you don't mess up his knees. And he was like, man, I'm a retired military guy. I'm just now investing in the properties and stuff like that. Me and my wife, that's what we do. So it's good to see, when you're doing a job, not everybody is not just their job. And that's why I try to I never turn my nose up to people for whatever jobs that they got going on, because you never know what's going on with their lives.
I mean, just out of respect.
Yeah.
Just plain on respect. That's why I don't, just plain on respect. But I keep it 100. Not everybody's for corporate. I'm done. I'm fried. I'm baked. It ain't the game and the world it is and all that is just, for each his own. When you're young, that's a young man's game, I would even say, and then hopefully you stay in one role. Don't shift jobs, deal with the bull, and just take the years it takes to move up in the quarters they give you and raise. But nah, not for me. It's not for me.
Yeah. I mean, the corporate world, like you said, it ain't for everybody. One of my high school teachers, he was like, college ain't for everybody. I didn't understand what he meant, because when I was growing up, they just kept saying like, hey, you gotta go to college. Like after school, you gotta go to college, like regardless of what it is. And I was the first one to go, like in my immediate family. And then also to continue on to get my master's. But I didn't really start understanding I guess you could say, the financial play of college until like my senior year of undergrad, and I was in the long-term program. But We ain't gonna talk about that because we
Hey.
can't talk about you, right?
Look, hey, look, let me tell you something. I was in a long-term program too. I know what the long-term program looked like. But hey, you got it done.
Yeah. And done is getting it done. Better than perfect.
And I tell everyone that I meet that's young going into college, the hardest part about going to college is going to class. Going to that next class. Just get your behind up and walk into that classroom. That's tough, man. That ain't easy.
Right. I'm laughing at Lisa because Lisa's funny. She's like, hey, it's another show.
Okay, yeah, she got a heart emoji, the eyes. So,
Right.
hey, she like it though.
Hey, yeah. Oh, Lisa, she's on the stocks though. She's on the stock game for sure. She is. If you guys haven't already, go ahead on and follow her show. She is spitting game far as like for entry level, even people doing advanced stuff from options to day-to-day stocks and actually watching the market very closely. Especially how the market had dropped today by like 535 points today. For those of you who actually been watching the market, it's hitting. But yeah, man. So you got the kids coming through. You got Hugo's in the house, dude. This guy, I'm telling you, if you guys looking for crypto stuff, this guy, Stay Winning Podcast, definitely got to hit him up. Always in the streets. Not in the streets in a bad way, but he in the streets with the crypto side of the house. Definitely got to hit him up, and actually does a lot of good stuff with real estate as well. So, but yeah, man. So tell us a little bit more about your podcast a little bit, because some people here actually own podcasts and they just want to either collaborate with you and stuff like that. Just kind of get to know.
I'm down. Yeah, reach out to me. All Gas No Breaks podcast. We based in the DMV, and I like to say Baltimore, and I throw Richmond in there as well. We interview entrepreneurs, content creators, and businesses in the DMV, Baltimore, and Richmond. But with that being said, we still interview people from outside. We've been doing this for about 7 going on 8 years. I want to say 8 years now. Nice. And when we first began this was a podcast that was me and my boys that just sat around a pool table and just talked shit and drank and smoked. And then they, some guys expected, notoriety a little bit faster than others, and they left. And then left me and my co-founder, who I met in college. I have a degree in show production and audio engineering. Nice. At Full Sail University. And we met in college anyway. Him and I were like, yo, we like doing this, but what are we going to turn this show into? And that's what we thought about. This interview, it was for the youth, give them a platform in the local area, artists and entertainers, where they could come on our show and enjoy themselves, and learn how to do this stuff. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I got 2 YouTubes. My YouTube is All Gas No Breaks Podcast on YouTube. And if you go on YouTube to look for it, just type in @AGNB Podcast on YouTube. For some reason, that works to find me. I'm not going to talk about why I'm beefing with another show that tried to use my name. But anyway, yeah, he tried to use my name, but he did some foolish things and lost his show. And then we're also on Instagram @AGNB Marketing. And also we have an Instagram page called @AGNB DMV, @AGNB DMV. And also if you go on Facebook, All Gas No Break Podcast. But on those pages we have fun. We put up funny memes, reels. We're gonna crack you up. We have a good time. This entrepreneurship stuff is hard, man, and you got to find laughter in it. It's hard. It's gonna break you. You might not make it. So I try to make it as lighthearted as possible and bring everybody together.
Yeah. So what keeps you going now?
Oh man, what keeps me going? It's a great question. I always ask people that question.
Now you get the hot seat.
Yeah. Man, I always thought about what I would say. So that's great. What keeps me going is my family. I love my family. I am loyal to them. That's my last name. That's my lineage. That's my blood. That's my next. And for that, there's nothing greater to get me motivated than that other than God. That's it. The positive energy, infinite positivity, whatever you want to call it. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, and I have a very strong relationship with the big one. So those 2 things are it. And then also I love winning. I like to win.
Gotta stay winning.
I love winning, but I also enjoy losing too. I love losing to a good competition. I don't mind losing to good competition because I learned how to beat it. It's like playing that video game where you die all the time, but eventually you're like, okay, what if I just stood on this block right here and just shot an arrow? I would have killed this cat.
Right.
So, you just learn a different strategy on how to succeed.
Would you agree that restrictions help you be more innovative?
It had to. I was restricted my whole life. I walked out, they slapped the R on my chest. Boom, the doctor did it.
Right.
Man, I mean, yeah. And in all that pain and struggle, you got to figure out how to get up. They say Tupac, what, the rose from the concrete? That's so much. I hate that phrase when they say that. I can't stand it. You have to become a rose in concrete.
Yeah.
What are the chances of that?
It's very rare.
So very rare. And for the seed, the pollination, what I mean, the wind.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, because I was actually I'm actually reading the book, they call it The Anxious Generation. And what they were talking about is why the biosphere, the biodome, remember they were trying to build that and make that work. They were saying is that a lot of the trees couldn't withstand their own weight because they were never roughed up by the winds of nature when they were building. So the roots never took deeply rooted so that they can withstand the weight when they actually grow to the height that they're supposed to be at. And because they didn't have a good foundation, that roughness in the beginning, that they all tumbled. So it would never work. A biodome would never work because of those conditions. Yeah.
Because the roots, and it requires the roughness of whatever is going on outside, the hurricane.
Right.
That makes so much sense, though. I understand that.
Like these trees didn't make it this round with this big storm that we just had yesterday.
Man,
the ones that was staying, they had a rough childhood. Like,
man, it was rough. It was rough, man. And it made me tough. I also played sports. I played basketball and football. I was way better football player than I'm a basketball player, but I'm not bad at it. But anyway, I played sports, and sports was like my way out of every ghetto kid is to get out of the hood with sports. And I followed the rubric. I followed the regiments. I just wasn't really tall enough for basketball, which I loved. And football I was, but I just couldn't do it. When I saw the people that really were great at it, because I got to the point where I could see the people that were great at it. Yeah. And the hunger that they had over my hunger is just, I was like, I'm going to get myself hurt. I'm going to get myself hurt. I respect that. That's a gladiator sport. I respect those gladiators. But so I say all that to say, it made me keep attacking, man. Find another way. I started reading. I started getting into books and getting into business and tech, and this is where I'm at today.
So, we both podcasters, and obviously on a prior episode, we were just talking about, podcasting, really how to be successful as a podcaster. And you just mentioned that hunger. When somebody start entrepreneurship, is like, how important is hunger to entrepreneurship?
1,000,000%. Don't be an entrepreneur if you're not hungry. Don't be an entrepreneur if you're not ready to eat what you kill, because that's how you're going to eat what you kill. You have to want to succeed and know you will. If you don't have that in you, don't do it.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about it from the part, because the podcasting, like, even though I'm not hungry, I am.
Oh, hungry, I didn't even get the podcast. Okay,
well, I mean, entrepreneur side, same thing. I mean,
yeah, you tapped into. You said the word. I went to school for entrepreneurship as well. So you like that's a key. That's a trigger word for me.
Let's go for it. I mean, because some of us are looking at the entrepreneur side of the house, and that's why I like the book, The E-Myth Revisited. I read a lot of books, so if I'm I
am a book junkie. I'm Audible. I got physical. Now I'm more Audible because of the kids. So yeah, I read. I probably read 3 books a day. Not a day, a week on my Audible.
Nice. I'm doing about 3 books a month, only because of driving.
I drive. Yeah. I leave it in the air. We got the AirPods, which I'm stopping that because they're saying that's not a great thing to do anymore. But I'll keep the AirPod in the Air 1, and I'm walking around the house and I'm listening. to the book.
Yeah. So, from separation of being the business side of the house, because everybody's still like, oh yeah, you should start your own. Oh, you should leave your 9 to 5, because that's a big thing now out there these days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm against leaving the 9 to 5 100%.
I completely understand
not
why.
100%, but I would say 90% of the time, mostly because
You went 10%
Yeah, I
lower.
went
Okay?
10%
You went
lower, right.
10%. That's a big jump. Next time I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna get you to 70.
Well, we're gonna need some convincing, because right
Mhm.
now, think about it. It's like what the 9 to 5 jobs had already built out, far as like they can pay for your schooling, they can pay for you to go get your certifications, they can pay for your vacations, and they can pay for your job if you want to do a side hustle. They are funding all of that as your first investor. But on top of that, they have all of these things in place to help you as the employee to get better.
But
to
they're
become
not your
a better
first
employee.
investor. They're not your first investor. They don't know they're investing in what you're doing when unless you're telling them, hey, job, this is what I'm doing with the money you're paying me. And more than likely, people have different Instagrams. I meet a lot of podcasters that have a whole separate LinkedIn than their podcast. You know what I mean? The job don't know. If you're able to be that person at work and say you do that, then I'll say, yeah, they're investing. But if not,
So, I'm sorry, Lisa. Yeah, we did have that
the
conversation.
9 to 5 let me go. I didn't let it go. Let me tell you how I feel. If you don't mind me interjecting
No,
about
go for it.
And why I'm going to disagree with what you're saying. I understand. I felt the same way a long time ago, but that was the fear. I wasn't ready to go kill. That was the fear, because you get health care. Dude, I come from corporate America. I sell telecommunications. Good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and I'm way older. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for many, many years. But the issue that's going to eventually occur when this takes off, because you're popular, you're popping. I see you. I've been watching you.
Oh, thank you.
People are checking you, and people like what you do. You're eventually going to be pulled in both directions, because that girl, that woman, that friend, that job, that person is going to, for some reason, is going to know that it's something is pulling you away. And it's going to be, you're going to miss a date one day. You're going to miss something, because what you want to do is making you, if somebody hit you right now for podcast, it was like, I got $500,000. You telling me you're going to be in 90%?
I already said I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah,
so really, so what's going to happen? So I'm going to finish this story. 90%. It just happened to me. That's why I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
You're going to get pulled both ways, and then you're going to try to do both. And then now you're playing with your health, mentally and physically. And recently I had a pretty bad health scare because I was working so hard, sleeping less. And I had to make a decision. Can I put in 3 to 4 and more here if I didn't have to go to work? Do you have enough saved? Did you save enough? Did you work hard enough? Did you put a little bit aside? Can you finagle this and really and then I do the same way I invoice my customers or my clients. Can you pay this in 30 days? Can you pay it off in 30 days? I can. Why am I doing this? And then you can write off health. You know what I'm saying? You get to, okay, how much?
Right. You're right. Because I was just telling everybody, I was looking at the NEH.gov, just typed in podcast, and they actually paying up to $1 million just to do a podcast. They paying for all your equipment, all the training. If you're flying to another site, so if you gotta go to another country, they will cover all of that, plus your salary, plus your health insurance or any insurances that you need. So it's all covered under that grant, and it's a grant, which means you ain't gotta pay it back. Once you produce something, I mean, just put it all out there.
You got to send me that link.
Oh, sure. So it's NEH.gov, dude.
But the direct link to that grant you're talking about.
Oh, to that grant. Oh, that joint, like it.
It's already done.
If you can write it, you only got 2 weeks. So it's
2 weeks. Come on, yeah, that's easy.
If you got time for it,
Shit, AI, baby. You got AI
But
too. Me and AI doing some beautiful things.
you say it's beautiful things.
You don't want to put me on to AI. You forgot when we was in LA. You were like, AI. You beat AI down my neck. And I was like, okay, bro, I got yes. And I came back. and I came back and I've been having a great time.
Nice. So what have you done with AI since I kind of put you onto it?
I've written business plans. I've now started getting into script writing, have it tell me what's trending within the markets or trending online. And then it'll feed me that information back to me. It'll also help me with creating content for YouTube, what YouTube words are hot, things, anything, whatever I needed to do, thumbnail creation.
Everything. Which AI tool are you using?
There's so many. So right now, I would say I use the one within Canva. I use the one within Opus. The one that we have on Microsoft. What is that one called? Copilot.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice one. That's actually a nice one. Like sneakily has a very nice. Like it made me play with a Windows computer again. Like I've been Mac for a minute. Now I got my Dell out again. So
yeah, the Dell out. I'm looking up Copilot right now.
I'm gaming, man. I was listening, bro.
Yeah.
I listen. I take notes. I take notes. I write it down.
Sometimes I'll just be saying stuff because it's out of passion. Like
you were passionate about it, dog.
That's what I do. I love it. To me, honestly, because like I did a full live show about I think I talked about 10 different things on so for people who want to start a YouTube channels without their face on it, go ahead on and just use 11 Labs to go ahead on and just have the video. I mean, the audio side of the house taken care of. Then utilize Kai AI or whatever. That one actually will produce all futuristic type films or realistic type of images, and then take that, bring it over to this other platform. I forgot what it was, but it will actually take your still images and start making it doing stuff for 4 seconds, and you just keep adding 4 seconds. Like, man, there's so much stuff out there.
Man, cool. There's so many out there right now. If you are not trying, you are choosing not to,
and you're going to be left behind in the market.
That's on them, man. Yeah, I won't be left behind.
Well, I'm glad you came over to the bandwagon.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm all in. I'm all in, man. I'm all in.
Yeah, because I think I was talking to somebody about the even the audio side of the house. Somebody was what you call it, Sam from Black Real Estate Dialogue. He was over here in DC recently at one of the conferences, and he was like, "Yeah, one of my editors actually made it seem like because his Bluetooth battery died out." And they was like, yeah, they was able to make it get it so close to how it was before. And I was like, more than likely they used Adobe. And then he looked at the text. He was like, oh yeah, it was Adobe. I'm like, yo, Adobe is putting out some great content for podcasters. Like,
yeah, Adobe's always been a great platform. Yeah. But there's just so many. Just don't hold yourself back. Don't feel like you got to pay a lot of money. Don't just try the free ones. Work your way up.
Yeah. So speaking of free, we got the kids coming up. And you talking about all gas, no brakes. So you going all gas in with the family side of the house. What are the free things that you do to kind of have fun, fun family activities? Because we got some money things. We need some
things that are free things with the kids that I like to do that are free. Man, I go to the park. That's my favorite thing. My favorite thing in the world is we park hop. I got 3 boys. Nice. We park hop. We just drive around. I mean, I'm in the tri-state area, so I literally go around parks to nice different parks, and they have water. What do you call those fountains that come out
the ground?
Yeah, they're my kids are under 3, so they love that, and I just take them out there and give them a bucket. Then we go to the beach. That's not a free thing because you got to pay a lot for that type of stuff. But the free stuff around the way is I love going to the park. And also the park is great because it helps with the motor skills, climbing, exercise, and also gets them tired.
All right. Okay, so they say they didn't see the link to get you connected to you. So go down and tell me your link right quick. I'm gonna just go down and edit right in.
Which one? YouTube?
Let's see. It looked like they say connect to your guest. I'm guessing that they want to either just check out the website or If I can just put your at
So let me give you my link.
YouTube.
Let me give you my link tree. I'm gonna put it in the chat here.
All right,
I
cool.
can put my link tree in the chat.
Yep, and then I'll update it.
Yeah, let me do that now.
Put it in the private chat, and then I'll be able to upload it to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Let's do
All
it
right.
here. Boom, boom, boom. Give
So
me
you guys
one.
getting this live, so there's no editing on this one. We don't get it. But yeah, the beautiful thing about live is less work for me. That's my system. And then what happens is
that's real though. I really believe in that because right now you could take advantage of live. That's what's hot. That's what the algorithms are pushing right now for all these social media platforms.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you're head of the game right now. You're gonna see me go live more often.
Okay, because I've seen people been going live more on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, I could go live, but then it's like people chime in and then they leave out. But I usually don't save my recordings on Instagram from my live shows. I just kind of delete them. I was like, hey, I went live. That's about it.
Yeah, I just put the link tree in there.
Gotcha.
StreamYard. I love this platform.
Okay.
I love StreamYard. Pay for it. Don't be frugal. Don't be frugal. Pay for it. It is amazing. I have used this in live events.
Oh, really?
To do camera switches. I use it as my switcher.
Oh, like to switch between the different
cameras, views, and live. I can make it switch as I need live. I just got to run the proper length cables and use of quality cables and a good computer, good processor. I'm good. I don't need to carry a big switcher anymore, and I'm sitting behind a laptop controlling the entire event.
Wow. Okay. So then, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, you guys, because obviously it's live, they won't let me edit the thing right now in the show description, but I will upload it, edit it once we done with this, and I'll edit it on the back end. So,
but if they Google All Gas No Break podcast, it's going to be three of us, myself as a young African-American female and a older brother. I should pop up. I should pop up on the Google, on the Google.
Right. Actually, to let you know, I actually checked on Google to look you up, and actually provided some good information. I was like, oh, it's good to know that it's actually picking up a lot of the smaller podcasts now.
Yeah.
In the way how I did before, because I was like, how you not have these people? We've been out for a while. So.
I'm not that small, to be really real. I'm not mid-size yet, but I'm creeping up on those numbers. Yeah, I put a lot. We put a lot of work in. It's a lot of work. So for where we at with Google and its reading, we had to fight for that because they used to completely put a whole other podcast there ahead of us.
Okay, then that's probably what I was seeing, because it did say like, hey, we see two of them here. Which one are you talking about? And I had to make sure that I had to select the one that's in the DMV area.
And it's spelled BREAKS. Breaks. We take no breaks.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So, you've been in the game for 8 years. You told us some free things. Now, what is something that you actually, take liberty for? You don't, you got to make sure it's quality every time you purchase it. Like, what is something that you cannot skimp on when you go out shopping?
Vehicles.
Oh, nice.
It's easier. I'm a car guy.
Which one?
I am a supercar guy. I haven't truthfully got the supercar I wanted yet because I had kids. But I got myself and my wife at one point. We had STIs. I had a blue one. She had a red one. And fully loaded and fully equipped. Because it was a rally car. I was into the fact that it was a rally car that literally they didn't do anything to the car, put it on the track and beat people. I said, I gotta own one of those.
Yeah.
And we did. We had a ball. So now I'm an SUV guy, big family car guy, but even that is, decked out. I just don't skip on vehicles. And now I'm going to spoil myself. I'm going to tell you the car I want. I'm a GTR guy.
Ooh.
So I'm a GTR. I want a GTR. I don't want nothing else. GTR, I'm good. maybe get the wife something that she may like and go from there, and I'm good.
Now, let's see. Okay. I was looking at those for a little bit. Because for me, I'll share my screen so it doesn't look like I'm off to the side right quick.
No, you're good. I believe you looked it up.
Yeah. I mean, so the audience don't think I'm like, oh, I'm just looking off to the side. So I just wanted to see what the GTR was. Okay. All right. It's a nice vehicle.
Oh yeah, sexy. Yeah. One person builds the engine, puts their name on it. It's made in the factory, but the engine is built by a man.
Gotcha.
Quality, yeah. They don't. It's just quality Japanese engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So I buy Japanese vehicles. Then I'll say I buy Japanese vehicles.
Japanese vehicles, right? Yeah. I say you got a foreign. Right?
Yeah, I don't like saying that stuff because they be talking about Europeans, and I would never buy a European vehicle.
See, for me, I was looking at the Autobahn Volkswagen. So that was the one I was thinking about getting. Mostly for the dash, the interior.
I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have head gasket issues.
I figured as much. They always have issues, man.
They're the worst. They're the worst. Don't buy European, man. Stick with the Japanese. They know how to make cars last for 300, 400,000 miles. Trade it in. They hold their value. So my STIs, they didn't depreciate. They actually appreciated in value. So when I sold them, I got more for. And then I could trade them in for newer versions and wouldn't have to put it down. Instead, I just, went and got SUVs.
Yeah. All right, man. We're gonna have to probably play around that a little bit. All right. So back to the money. Great. Well, I'll share with me since it's fair for me to answer the question that I asked. One of the things that I don't skip on is sheets. That's one thing I cannot skip on. I had to have me some good quality sheets. I will pay easily $200 for some quality sheets.
Makes sense.
Because
high thread count.
Huh?
High thread count.
Oh yeah. I'll say the sheets that I'm in love with right now are the bamboo sheets. They thick as cotton, but they lightweight as satin. So and they breathable.
I'm about to say, got to be breathable.
Oh yeah, they so breathable. And then it's not like scratching, because to put it in concept for those of you who are not familiar with high thread counts here, 200 thread count to me is like 200 grit, sandpaper. Feel like you're exfoliating yourself while you're sleeping. But this one is almost like wet sandpaper, where it's like you don't even feel it, like it's glides on
That's the sheets you find in like a South Beach hotel.
Oh yeah, those.
With the window open, looking at the beach. That's where you get that thread. Hawaii, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bamboo, yeah.
So, if y'all guys want to support the show, that's more than likely what I'm buying. Some sheets.
Support the show, some bamboo sheets, please. Support. My wife was just talking to me today. She's like, "What are we doing for vacation in the wintertime?" I'm like, "Dude, we just skipped the whole through the summer." But I'm like, we gotta go. I need a Miami trip. That's what I need. So,
oh man, you gotta go to Bali.
No. I'm gonna go where I know. I know the South Beach. I know her family from there, so I get to be around family. The kids be with the great grandparents, and that's what I'm gonna do for fun. That's my other free thing. I just take my kids out with the great grandparents, and we just restaurant hop. But
my buddy is Jamal. Like
Jamal, funny. Who wet the sheets, Jamal?
Right. Who wet the sheets? With the legs up.
Oh no.
Oh man. But yeah, it's but okay. So we understanding that you utilizing AI. So how are you making money with AI now since you've been playing with, or is it just kind of like, you still dabbling in?
Now making money, I'm just getting to the making money stage with it because, well, no. I mean, there's some grants that I put in for and things of that nature. So I guess you could say that made money. But for my content creation is where I'm using it mostly for, yeah. And then it got me a couple contracts. And I've utilized AI, and I'm not doing a lot of work, but AI has been assisting me.
Man, you can't sleep on that joint. So
No,
much
you can't.
money out
No, you
there.
can't. You can't. It's I'm betting on me. Angela Yee is somebody that, she's a powerful player in this whole interviewing world. And a meme came up and she said, I bet on me. I will never lose. I'll bet on me. And I'm like, yo, I can't say she don't.
Yeah, she go all in for herself.
I can't say she don't, right? So if that pretty little thing could bet on her and win like she winning, man, shoot, I'm 100% all on me.
I can tell you this. One of the things that when the pandemic hit and I was just playing around with some money and I was like, if I just try to put money in the stock market, I don't know what's going to happen. But I know when I invested myself, if I give myself the extra 2Gs or 3Gs that I was going to put inside the stock market, I know that I can tenfold what I'm doing because this is pretty much just helping me out on what I need to do versus putting in the stock market. And I was like, all right, well, I need something to eat. I need to go get some toilet paper. I need to get some new sheets. You know what I'm saying? The fitted sheets.
And the prices on that stuff is getting expensive. Toilet paper. So now you got to look at toilet paper when you purchase it because they're not of good quality. They're actually cancerous. So now you got to buy the proper material. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's directly to the body of the open area. So, and that's expensive. I started purchasing that. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. I'm like, now I'm buying $20. And I'm like getting 6 toilet paper rolls, but I don't want to get, I'm trying to survive as long as I can for the family and the kids. So that's the way I've been spending, due to trying to just maintain the health.
And don't get me started on TP. That I use Costco in my car. That's been my jam.
I love Costco. The gas, everything.
Oh, the gas. You got that platinum card.
Dude,
call it the executive joint.
Executive. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know about the executive.
Oh, I know about that. Oh, that cash back at the end of the year.
And it worked.
You can't beat it.
And I've seen it. I'm like, oh man, my wife and we shop. We got 3. I got 3 boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I drive big vehicles. They only take premium.
Oh yeah, you don't need that Costco card. You're gonna need it,
right? Outside is $5 a gallon. I go to Costco, it's $3.69 for premium. I'm like, of course, I'm going to drive to the nearest Costco.
Right. And then on top of that, I just tried the return policy for the first time because
right away.
Yeah, I was using deodorant and I went through a whole bar of it, and I was like, this ain't hitting like I thought it would be hitting. It was like, just bring them all back with the box if you got the box. And I got my full refund. I was like,
dog, I took diapers back and I was halfway through them. I was like, my kid grew too big. My kid got too big and within the box of having it. And normally I finish a box of diapers from Costco in about so we can have 2 weeks because depending on where he's at in potty training. They took it back. Gave my money right back. Actually, they exchanged it. I was like, I actually want to exchange it for the right size.
Right.
Going back to Mr. Maxwell. That was it. That's what I did.
Okay, so now you're helping out people, not with the free stuff, but also the return policy on the Costco. I think Costco owes us some money for
they do, man. Hey, I would be a rep for Costco, man. I will sell a product in Costco. I've purchased product. I've walked in Costco, man, and I've seen a steamer, and I've always wanted to purchase a steamer, and it was like $50. And I was like, man, and normally steamers, if you look online, the good quality ones, $150, $200. 50 for like a dope steamer. I was like, I know that's $200 steamer at $50 right now.
Right.
I bought it. I don't even use my iron anymore.
You know about the gold one with the flat,
and it just steams. It doesn't, you press it against the clothing that hard. Man, I iron everything. I don't even call it iron. I steam everything in like less than 5 minutes. Everybody's clothes is perfectly steamed on hangers.
Nice. Yeah, because one of the things that because my mom, she had recently moved, and I was like, all right, because I was like, yeah, you can go on Amazon, whatever, to get a shredder. Because I like, looking at shredders, micro shredders, it's time to upgrade your shredders. If you guys haven't upgraded your shredders yet, make sure you upgrade your shredders. But I was like, cool, you can either spend $30 on Amazon or you can spend $80 at Costco. I was like, that return policy is nice. I'm spending $80. Like I will pay the extra dollars because, like you said, if it breaks, just go get another one.
You get another one.
Yeah.
Get another one. Yeah. Yeah. They got great return policy. Customer service has never been bad. I dig it. I dig Costco, man. I can't even front. It got me to the point. I'm like, I might try BJ's out and the other.
Right.
I might give them a shot.
Right.
You know, but I already got my Costco card. I'm not gonna do it. It's too much money. I ain't gonna do all that.
I do Sam's only because they got good snacks. I like their
Do they
snacks
really?
better.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because they are great with vending machines, so they support them that way. So.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. I got a friend of mine that has a vending machine business.
Yeah. Then Sam's, if you plan on starting a vending machine business, Sam's is where it's at.
I thought about it. It's work. It's work. It's work.
Oh, you thought about the vending machine business?
Yeah, that's work. That's work. Getting up early and stocking them and making sure they because it's all about replenishment. You know. Yeah.
So, what business have you tried already that you think would you go back to? That you tried?
Oh man, I am going to go back to logistics. I got a CDL. I still have a CDL right now. I drove. I drove. A little thirsty. My bad. I should have brought some water with me.
Oh,
but
man.
I drove.
What kind of drink you going for?
Oh yeah, you know I get down. You know, I ain't never scared. So I drove semis for a bit during COVID. When COVID was occurring, actually, funny thing, I was selling cleaning solutions for hospitality and dormitories and the health industry right before COVID started. So I banked doing that. That's the time I stepped away from tech. I was just so bored of selling tech. I said, what can I sell? And I know I'm going to destroy. I'm like, I could sell soap. And then COVID occurred, and then I was selling hand sanitizer solution. I sold it. I didn't even have it. We weren't even replenishing them.
Wow.
At the speed I was selling them. So my bonuses was crazy. And then I knew that ride was going to change once they started getting rid of people and people were quitting and being fired and all that. So I said, yo, I need to get a CDL real quick. I just felt it. I felt like I said, I'm in tune with the gods. And I felt like it told me, yo, get a CDL. You got to just, because they're going to want to, you know, I don't want to hurt nobody, offend nobody. They're going to want to prick you with that thing. And I was not for the pricking. So I was like, nah, you ain't have enough time with it for me to trust it. That's just who I am. I'm that guy. Right. So I got my CDL because you get to be in the truck by yourself and they make bank. Mm-hmm. Bruh, I was bringing in a week, 12K, 13K. That was light.
Light work?
That was light. That's light. Wow. That's light. That's so light. Those guys are banking. And depending if you know how to work the system and always be in a truck, or always be moving something, light. You could easily, those guys they're millionaires. A lot of them walking around are millionaires. You see you walking around, truck drivers, most of them, at least I got $500,000 tucked away.
Nice. Wow. All right. So we got like the last 10 minutes here. Really want to hone in on the podcast side of the house and really kind of see where you want to take it. Where do you see your podcast, by the end of the year? Because, I don't want to go too far out because podcasts can blow up anytime.
Yeah, I can answer that, man. End of the year, my numbers have increased. My monthly downloads are getting to the point where I want them. 10K plus. That's what I wanted since everybody kept saying 10K. I was like, all right, then, bet I'm gonna do 10K. Right. So I finally reached that area. I'm in that zone. Coming in monthly now, which is good. What else is there? I did want accolades for it. I was going to put myself out there for a lot of these awards, but it's just so time consuming to fill out those applications.
It is.
It just makes me go, I can't just send you money and tell you what it is. You look at it and then be done. But I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna want to put it in again for another award because I got nominated in 2023 for Podcast of the Year by the Quill Podcast Awards. So I know we got something. So get that download number up. I wanted to be in the 15,000s a month, if not 20. I want to Well, we got a new bit. We have a new studio. We're creating a new studio right now. So the new studio will be up. The studio is about to be bananas because we're going to do something completely left field with that. And I guess, get some type of notoriety next year because I'm going to fill out the application.
Right. You got to.
I got to, and
Right.
just see where we at, where it is. I did a few this year. I don't think we got nominated for anything, but I know I was like rushing through the applications because I said, I got pulled both ways and from the job and this. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Conscious Business Service and Opportunities.
Yeah, Charlene did it.
Charlene, boom, boom. So yeah, those are the goals. Those are the goals.
All right. So for those of us who trying to get to those 10K downloads, what has been helpful to get there?
I'm gonna tell you consistency. I drop a podcast at least 2, 3 times, 4 times a week.
Jeez. And how long are they?
Sometimes 20 minutes each or to 30 minutes. I don't never go longer than 30 minutes. I give you guys gems. I don't do no more than 30 minutes. The guys that are doing an hour and stuff, that's Shannon Sharp and Drink Champs. I'm not. Nobody want to hear me for 30 minutes like that.
I do an hour.
You do an hour? Yeah. What are your download numbers like, if you don't mind me asking?
They are very light. I will say that.
They're long, bro.
Yeah.
Try shorten them and split them. But I'm not, I'm taking my advice on this one. Split them in 2. Let them get. I what I do is I call it. I'm gonna give you a game that I do. I call it an A and a B side.
Mm-hmm.
A side is the beginning and B side the end, and then they're going to be 30-minute increments. And people, my heat map and my listenership has tripled, quadrupled ever since doing that.
And how long ago did you start doing it?
Oh man, that's been about now 2 years now.
Okay, so I might have to try that out going forward, but because I wanted to do something called loose change, and that would be my shorter one. So it actually, because about the wallet, you get some change loose.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a great name. I enjoy it. Yeah, good name.
Oh, thanks. So it'll be almost like I'm doing similar to how Stuff You Should Know podcast, where they actually have the long form content and they call it short stuff. Mm-hmm. And so they actually do their short episodes that way.
Still do those and still split your long ones into shorter 30 minutes. Don't go more than 30 minutes, man. Then they're going to come back, yes, and listen to that hour, but they're going to come back and listen later, and that's where your statistics and your data is getting screwed up. So it looks like they're not listening, but they are. They're just like, I'm gonna come back and listen to that later. Instead, to make them go, oh, that was great, and end on a high note that makes them want to pull into the second one. And what I've actually even seen, sometimes my second ones outshine the first one. Don't even listen to the first one. Sometimes they just want to get ahead. Okay. So that's a thing that I say it worked for me. Another thing too, hey guys, I consult on podcasting. Hit me up, Santiago.consultant, and I keep it gmail.com. I keep it simple because I'm not going to pay all this money when you can still reach me through Gmail. I pay Gmail a little bit extra to hold more space. So Santiago.consultant@gmail.com. And also, if you hit me on that link tree and you message me there, somebody in my team would get that over to me because I don't run all those pages. There's a lot of stuff.
But you got a lot of stuff on there.
I got a team. I'm blessed.
Yeah. Because I'm a solo dolo, but I get it done.
It'll you got to start pulling people in. You got to pull people in. You got to pull people in. You got to offer something. You got to pay them. It's the game.
All right. I'll figure that out. Well, sir, we're down to the last final 5 minutes of the show. Is there anything that you want to leave the audience with before we wrap this up?
Man, great. I be asking people that question too. I don't have anything. If you got something, man, I just want to, I'm gonna tell you this. How about this? I'm proud of what you're doing. I dig what you're doing. I've been watching you. You got game. I learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot from you. And I still want to make sure to network more with you. We have some more of these sessions just off camera or whatever. Oh, yeah. No matter if it's on or off. And I get some more game because I did learn a lot and I implemented these things and it worked in my favor. So same, I want to throw that back to you as well. Hit me up for anything. And like I told you about YouTube content creation. When you're ready to do that, let me know because I can guarantee you will be monetized quickly.
Thanks.
About.
Oh man, well, thank you so much for everything. It's been such a great session. Learned a lot more about you. Even though I sit down with you on a different shucks, we just met live. It's not like how we met organically on social media platforms where I meet most of my guests, but we actually met in person. So I greatly appreciate you for coming through. It seems like we got a question on here. It says, do you have this is from Charlene. She says, do you have special things that are signature to your podcast, like sound or fun segments, etc.?
Man, great question. Yes, I actually do, man. We have this thing called Fishbowl of Questions. It's one of my favorite things when we're live in studio, where we have like literally we got a bowl of questions in the fishbowl, and we'll shake it up, and the guests love it because it'll be random questions. And some of us, we pull the questions offline, and some people have sent questions in. I'm actually going to start charging $1 per question to the guests, to the fans that send it in. I mean, people always ask to put questions in, and I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, that's my favorite part, because the questions be so random but hilarious the way we answer it. So yeah.
Nice. That is cool. Because I always take like, hey, if anybody ever want to leave a voicemail message, they can just go to aboutthatwild.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and just hit record question. And I will get the voicemail, and I can actually add it to the podcast episode, and I can actually answer it either on my live show or on a pre-recorded. Well, actually, no, I'll do it on live show. I will answer your question on the live show, and we can get live feedback from everybody. Like,
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
that's great. You got to teach me. See, that's what I got to teach me that right there. You got to teach me that. I want to do that.
I do a lot of things. It's just that, I don't advertise them as much as I need to. But
you need to, man. You got to be strong on social media. I would say do that. You need to be strong on it. It helps, man. It helps. It helps so much. I mean, I got 12,000 followers on Facebook, but we reach 2 million people a month on Facebook.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'll probably just do a recording on once we hang up, I'm going to just do a recording on Instagram. It's just say like, hey, if you want to be on my live show, leave a voicemail message on aboutthatwild.com.
Make it a reel.
Yeah.
Make it a reel and make it a story.
Okay. And I'll keep making it a story. Just make it like a staple story every day. Like,
yeah.
You'll see me like an ad.
Dude, that's simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Got some homework. All right, man. Well, man, it's been great, Santiago. As always, man. I always love having conversations with you. I always feel like I'm in a room getting some guidance from like you could say like an oracle person. It's just like you're having so much value there. And I just want to thank you so much for coming through and always staying consistent within, who you are and what you bring into the community. I greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks everybody. Y'all be safe and remember to stay consistent even when it feels nasty. Just keep doing it. We out. Peace.